Hello, this is Mary Lou Foster. How are you today? I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sulphur Springs, Texas. And I have a card for you today using the Country Flowers bundle out of the annual catalog. And you're probably going, yeah, I've seen cards made with that bundle before. I'm working on Christmas cards, but I'm not quite ready to start doing videos with them yet. And I had this one still in a tub, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to show this card. I'm calling it a hello card because it's just kind of, it could be a birthday card, thinking of you card, just letting someone know that they're in your thoughts and prayers. You know what? I got a brand new stamp set as a thank you for the hard work the last 6 months. Thank you for your prayers. You're such a blessing. You are loved. It's called Grateful Blessing. So you could put I'm grateful for you and you are loved on the inside of this one. It made me think about that. I'm part of the Love to Stamp group, and Patty Bennett is my upline's upline. And she supports us all the way down to her third line. So we can earn rewards for sales and recruiting and all of that. Team building. Sorry, recruiting is not really a good word. So this card uses the pretty country lace designer series paper. This is a mega suite in the catalog. It's also pictured with the country woods. I just pulled out the paper just to remind you. It's kind of the wood grain, wood tones. I love these papers because they're useful all year long. But the country lace, it looks like lace. There's an eyelet look to it, and there's a word for that circle. I can't think of what it is. Today we're going to use the front and back of the same piece of paper. Gasp! You can see they're kind of a muted. These look like the denim. Basic beige, misty moonlight, petal pink, and smoky slate. So it's a muted color palette, but that doesn't mean you have to stay muted. So the Country Flowers stamp set, there is a set of dies, and they're called Country Flower dies. And we're going to be using the flower pot. Going to build a little scene here. So I've got Misty Moonlight as my card base. And you may wonder how we get that look. Well, I cut this piece longer than what we really needed, and I'm going to tear it. Yes, I'm going to tear it. So I'm just going to pick a spot and go for it. And kind of depends on if you want the torn side to show or not to show. So I'm going to do it like that. But I got out a sponge dauber and my crumb cake, and I am going to distress this. It just looks too white. So I thought, I know from my scrapbooking days, it was very common to ink the edges. Well, and even cards. I used to go to a place in Winsboro. They would have card classes once a month, and you distressed every card you did. It just gives it a different look. And since this is a country lace type thing, if you're hearing funny noises in the background, we have gotten 2 kittens, and they don't know their boundaries yet. So they are now climbing in my stuff. And occasionally they get in over their heads and they fall and cause a cascade of tumbling objects. And then they look at me like, what did you do? So I'm just dabbing some. And even though I did crumb cake on this piece of Misty Moonlight, you can see it adds a little detail to it. And I think I'm going to, I want to do it that way. Nope, I want to do it this way. So I'm going to mount the, kind of burnish that so it'll lay down better. My stamping seal. I am not a liquid glue girl. If you've watched me much, you know that I don't use glue. I don't like for my fingers to get sticky. It just sticks to everything. And since we've distressed the edge of it, I didn't really have to worry about, uh-oh, now she's playing the piano. Sorry. She got down. All right, so that's our front. Now we're going to stamp our stool. And we can kind of plan this a little bit depending on how much of this chipped off paint you would like to have exposed. And it depends on which piece, what part of the paper, because there's some areas that are distressed and kind of older than others. I'm going to do that one up. And the thing about our photopolymer stamps, you can see through them. So you can kind of see where you're going to get the distressed. So you can make a choice. I'm using basic gray. I believe that's what I'm using. It is. It's really not real dark, but we're going to go with it. And there is a die. And I think I will go ahead. Where's my piece of gray? See, it's sticking out right here. And die cut. This time I'm going to die cut this first and then stamp, because I want to be able to kind of center. I've already die cut the pot. Get that out of our way. I have my mini machine over here. That wind up. Put a piece of washi tape to hold it in place. And run that through. So the thing about the pot, the die to cut out just the pot has one handle, but as you can see, my card, the pot has two handles, because this is actually probably another pot, but I'm going to use it kind of as a label on my jug. And then my jug will have two handles. It took me a while to figure that out, because I was using an inspiration card, and I'm like, well, how did they get two handles? And I kept looking and looking, and I finally went, okay, I think I figured it out. So until I actually die cut them, you know what? I'm going to stamp the words in black, and it just says Flower Market, because I want it to show up. I'm afraid if I just do it in the basic gray, it wouldn't be dark enough. And let's clean this off. Sorry, I'm kind of wiggling. And put the lid back on this. Let's go ahead and mount this on my flower pot. I did my flower pot in the new basic beige. Where's my card? Here's my card. So we're just going to kind of build a scene. I think I'm going to put the stool on flat. And then I will mount my flower pot. So what I did for this label is I colored on the paper because I wanted it to be kind of a more distressed look also. I just have the light smoky slate. I'm probably doing a bad thing doing it on my card front, but I just kind of wanted to add some shading to it. I just slap some color on there. And I believe I've got some extra pieces of that, what are these called? Mounting sheets. And stick you there. And then these, put some adhesive on the bottom parts. I'm going to use this little tape runner that Stampin' Up! Does not sell this, but it is very nice. So what I did on my flowers, I went ahead and put some of them on, well, where are they? Adhesive sheets. See the little white on the back? That's our adhesive sheet. And when I peel the little backing paper off, they're going to be sticky. It makes them a whole lot easier to work with, instead of trying to either get a glue dot or a tape runner or even actual glue. And got one more. Nope. There it is. Those others are totally usable. They just don't have the adhesive sheet on the back of them. I think I'll just use my fingers. And then Hello Friend goes down here in this bottom right corner, kind of as your greeting and your sentiment, to let your friend know that you're stopping by to say hello. In the inside of our card today, we have our liner sheet, and I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to do it before I mount it because I'm going to stamp off. But this set of flowers here in the bottom corner, get it inked up and kind of figure out my original card does not have a sentiment on the inside of it. You know what? I think I'm going to color. Let's see. I need petal pink because the flowers are petal pink on the front. So we'll make the inside match. Let me see. I believe we've got a lot of leaves. And I'm going to do those old olive. Let's do them dark. It's just the one I grabbed. You don't have to spend a lot of time doing this, but it makes your inside look special. Those were maybe flowers. Sometimes I don't know what the designs are. I just make it up as I go along. And leaf, and a leaf. I think if I identify any of these as flowers, That one probably was. Kind of hard to know what the intent is. Okay. We have some of those flowers left. So after I adhere this in place, I'll stick one or two of our die cut flowers in there. Alrighty. Let's do this one. I believe I'll use a glue dot just to show. So I stick my flower on it, and then when I pull it off, look at that. So you might notice some differences. Card on the left, my original sample card, my flower pot is white. And I just thought that looked kind of stark and too white. So for my card class, I did the basic beige. And we've embellished it with the basic gray and smoky slate, the pearls. And we've just used them as the centers of our flowers. And I'm just mixing the colors. And I think for this one, I'm going to, where should I put it? There. Just put one there. And let's put one here. Kind of step it up a notch. So those pearls, they add a little bit of dimension. I don't think they interfere with mailing, because when I go through the mailing machines. So which do you like better? The one that's inked around the edges? I like this one better. And like I said, I didn't stamp a sentiment on the inside. So that used the Country Flowers bundle and the beautiful Country Lace paper. That's all I have for you today. I will post the link of supplies I used. This is my Country Flowers Hello card. And I made it with the Country Flowers bundle, the Country Lace Designer Series paper. And if you are ready to shop, all you have to do is type in maryloufoster.stampingup.net and it should find me. Or go to the Stampin' Up website and search for my name. So if you need any help, just let me know. And otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.